Hello and welcome to the second video for the data management project. Looking at an annotated bibliography, that's the goal for this particular module or this submission. So what's the goal? I want you to be able to identify 4 to 5 articles pertaining to your area of interest or the area of the project that you're going to look at, and you're going to summarize, assess, and reflect. So that's your goals for this component. So biggest challenge for you is going to be picking a topic if you haven't already. So the topic is something that you're going to have to deal with for a long period of time for the entire semester. So you want to pick something that is of interest to you, not because your friend's doing it or because it seems is something convenient. You want to make sure that it's something that you have an interest in because you're going to have to deal with it throughout the entire semester. Okay, so some of the suggestions to help you out with that. First of all, you need to pick an area or field within the social sciences or sciences that interest you. Now, all right, this particular project, the emphasis or the crossover, the cross-curricular goal here is that you can tie it or link it to a social science course or a general science course. So that being said, what I would recommend is I would visit this website. It's on my website. You can just click on it. And what it'll look like, you go to StatsCan, and this is what the website looks like. And here are the topics available. So we are going to pull data right off the website. So what I recommend is finding an area that is covered within the StatsCan to make your life easier. So for example, if you have an interest or your topic, general topic is going to be health, make sure that the topic then that you are going to go into in terms of health is one of these categories. So disability, disease and health conditions, environmental factors, and we can adjust the thesis or your hypothesis as we go through. There's no problem with that. If we find out that we might have made a bit of a mistake, we got to change it a little bit so that you can get the data, that's fine, because we are limited by the StatsCan website, I realize that. All right, so similarly, if we go into, for example, if you want to do something about manufacturing, you want to do a business end of it, you can do that as well. Population, so science and technology, just looking at that. There are the available tables. So you see that the science topics available are very, very narrow. So you got to be very careful. And that's why I recommend just coming to this website, looking at the headings and seeing what there is to see. Okay, for the most part, social science, families, household, and housing. Okay, there's lots of information there. So in a later video, I'm going to show you how to get the data off of this website, but at this point in time, you're just looking at the titles, trying to find something that's there so you know you can find your information easily. Okay, so that would be your step 2 in the process. And then you want to combine them together. So something of interest. So this is your first part. You got to figure out what am I interested in. Look at the website and see if there's something there. And now you're combining A and C and moving forward from that. So once you have that topic in mind or the general area, so for example, health, and you're going to do mental illness. We'll run with that for a second as an example. So why don't I do that? So health as an example. I looked in there and I saw, hey, mental illness is there, and that's something that is of interest to me, either personal experience or something that is something I want to investigate further in the future. So now what you're going to do is you're going to prepare your annotated bibliography. So the annotated bibliography, it's different than your standard bibliography. All right. For each source you list, you're going to have to provide some kind of a description or evaluative comments. And that's where the annotated comes in to the annotated bibliography statement. So first of all, definition here. We are in a math class after all, so the big words we got to identify. So an annotation, it's a summary or an evaluation. So an annotated bibliography is exactly that. It is a summary or evaluation of the sources that you're looking at. Okay, so what do I expect then for this component? For each of the articles that you identify, I want you to do the following. I want you to summarize. Okay, so what are the main arguments that are in this article? What is the point of the article? And what topics are being covered. So you're just summarizing the article so that I wouldn't have to read it, I can look at it. Second paragraph, so if you want to think of it as 3 paragraphs, keep it simple. Second paragraph, assess it. Okay, is it a useful resource? Is the information reliable? Is it from a reputable institution? or is it a personal opinion piece? Is it a medical doctor that's providing it? So you need to just determine and evaluate that for yourself. Is it biased or objective? So what that means is the person writing the article, are they writing the article to sway favor, to further benefit their particular position? So are they trying to sell a product? Are they trying to sell a procedure? Or is it someone that is simply going in, looking at both sides and being very neutral on the topic and just reporting on the data? And then the credibility of the author. With the internet, it makes it so much easier. You're basically Googling that author. You can find some background information and determine how you're basically assessing the credibility of the background of the source. Final stage, then final paragraph, is a reflection. So once you've got that summary, I want you to reflect on the source that you just looked at, so the article, and how does it fit into your research? So was it helpful to you? How is it relevant to your study? So you're basically just going through and answering those exact questions in that paragraph. And what that does is it provides you with the foundation for creation of your mind map, of your thesis, and so on and so forth. So this is the groundwork to kind of give you a feel for what's out there, look at some different opinions. Okay, so let's keep it to, let's say 4 articles, because that 4 articles, and we're looking at no more than 4 pages. I mean, I'm not going to count words, I'm not going to count pages, but for every article that you annotate, so you are citing it appropriately. And then from that citation underneath it, you're doing your annotated bibliography. All right, so this will take place. We're not going to have that bibliography in the final product because it's going to be part of our actual document. Okay, if you have any questions, you want anything clarified, you can talk to myself or you can talk to your social science teacher and we can get the clarification from there. So here's the end result then. So to be completed, I have on my website a template. So the template for the annotated bibliography is on the website. I think of it as a Word perfect document, and that way you can just, if you want to just pull it up and add to it, type it up. It should pull into your different formats. If not, I'll save it maybe in a couple different formats so it can go into Google Docs or Word or whatever you're using. But anyway, feel free, you just add the information in where it's appropriate, and I'm quite happy with that. I mean, that's what the template's there for. Okay, so before you start the research in the articles, make sure you have that template in front of you. From there, this is what I want you to submit to me. For each article, you got to cite it, okay, name of article, author, page number, etc. So this is just APA, exactly what you've done before. So this is your bibliography. So you're doing your bibliography up front, which is kind of, I know, backwards perhaps for some of us, but you do that first, and then underneath that exact citation, you're going to do your annotation. And the annotation should be 150, 200 words in length. I'm not going to sit there counting words, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. You write the 3 categories. I want you to do your summary, assess it, reflect it. Please don't sit there counting words and asking me if you have enough. You are grade 12 university level students. The assumption is you are going on to post-secondary. You don't do that as a student that is interested in learning. You simply do the summary, you simply assess it, and you reflect upon it, and you do it to the best of your ability. So that's your personal judgment. So the word count, I mean, don't worry about the word count. All right, it's there. I penciled it in. We can remove it. That's how much I really care about that. I want you to do a good quality job because doing this research up front helps with the rest of the project. All right. Any questions, please feel free to ask me for a clarification. We'll get it straightened out and you'll be on your way. All right. Good luck, and we'll see you in class.